Imagine a life where you never procrastinate. The projects you've been putting off, finished. The opportunities you've been waiting for, taken. The goals you've been dreaming about, achieved. Less stress, more progress, more confidence, more freedom. Sounds amazing, right? But if procrastination is making us miserable, why do we keep doing it?
To understand why we procrastinate, we first need to understand what procrastination really is. Procrastination is the habit of delaying important tasks, even when you know doing them now would be better for you. In simple terms, it's choosing short-term comfort over long-term benefits. So why do we procrastinate? If procrastination causes stress, missed opportunities, and unnecessary frustration, why do we keep doing it? The answer is simple. Because procrastination isn't really a time management problem. It's often an emotional problem. We procrastinate because certain tasks make us feel uncomfortable, and instead of dealing with that discomfort, we choose something that feels better in the moment. That's why understanding the causes of procrastination is so important.
The first reason we procrastinate is boredom. When a task feels boring, repetitive, or unpleasant, our brain naturally looks for something more stimulating. Instead of working on the report, we check social media. Instead of studying, we watch videos. Not because we're lazy, but because our brain is trying to avoid boredom and seek immediate gratification. Another common reason we procrastinate is a lack of belief in our abilities. Sometimes we delay a task not because it's boring, but because we're not sure we can do it well. We doubt ourselves. We wonder if we're capable enough. And the lower our confidence, the harder it becomes to take that first step. So instead of risking failure, we postpone the task altogether. Not because we can't do it, but because we're afraid we might not.
Fear and anxiety can also lead to procrastination. Sometimes it's not the task itself that we avoid, it's the feelings that come with it. The fear of failing, the fear of being judged, the fear of making a mistake. The more anxiety a task creates, the more likely we are to postpone it. For a moment, avoiding the task makes us feel better, but that relief is temporary because the task is still there, waiting for us. Another major cause of procrastination is perfectionism. Many people don't procrastinate because they don't care. They procrastinate because they care too much. They want everything to be perfect. The perfect plan, the perfect idea, the perfect moment to start. But that moment rarely comes. So they keep waiting, keep preparing, and keep delaying. Ironically, the desire to do something perfectly often prevents them from doing it at all.
The final cause of procrastination is distraction. Today, distractions are everywhere. A notification, a message, a quick scroll through social media. What starts as a few seconds can easily turn into minutes or even hours, and every distraction pulls our attention away from the main task. The problem isn't that these distractions are powerful. It's that they're often more enjoyable than the work in front of us. So our brain chooses the immediate reward, even when it comes at the cost of long-term progress. As different as these causes may seem, they all have one thing in common. Procrastination is rarely about laziness. More often, it's a way of avoiding discomfort. Whether it's boredom, self-doubt, fear, perfectionism, or distraction, procrastination gives us temporary relief. But that relief comes with a price.
After all that, the real question is, how do we overcome procrastination? The good news is that procrastination isn't a permanent trait. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be changed. The first solution is just start. Not tomorrow, not when you feel motivated. Now. The hardest part of almost any task is getting started. That's why committing to just a few minutes can be so powerful. Tell yourself you'll work for 5 or 10 minutes. Once you begin, you'll often find that continuing is much easier than starting. And if getting started still feels difficult, try using the Pomodoro Technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This makes the task feel smaller, less overwhelming, and easier to focus on. Instead of thinking about hours of work, you only need to focus on the next 25 minutes. Action creates momentum, and momentum makes progress feel natural.
Another effective way to overcome procrastination is to break big tasks into smaller steps. Sometimes we procrastinate because a task feels overwhelming. The project seems too big. The goal feels too far away. So instead of starting, we avoid it. But when you break a large task into small, manageable actions, it becomes much easier to begin. Don't focus on finishing the entire project. Focus on completing the next small step. Small steps feel less intimidating, and over time, those small steps add up to significant progress. Another way to reduce procrastination is to become more organized. Sometimes we delay tasks because everything feels chaotic. There are too many things to do, and we don't know where to start. That's why having a clear plan can make a huge difference. Write down your tasks, prioritize them, set realistic deadlines, and create an environment that helps you focus. The clearer the plan, the less mental effort it takes to get started, and the easier it becomes to take action.
Finally, try to increase your motivation. One reason we procrastinate is that we focus too much on the discomfort of the task and not enough on the reward that comes after it. So instead of thinking about what you have to do, think about why you're doing it. Focus on the bigger goal, the skill you're building, the result you're working toward. You can also reward yourself for making progress. Even small rewards can make difficult tasks feel more enjoyable. The more meaning and value you attach to a task, the easier it becomes to take action. Procrastination isn't a sign that you're lazy. More often, it's a response to boredom, fear, self-doubt, perfectionism, or distraction. And once you understand what's causing it, you can start taking steps to overcome it. Because the life you want isn't built by what you plan to do someday. It's built by what you choose to do today. And with that, let's end with today's quote. Today's quote comes from William James. "Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging on of an uncompleted task." If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video valuable. If you enjoyed it, consider sharing it with your friends. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.